So I'm going to take you through the steps now of how to create an orthographic or an engineering drawing. First of all, it's quite good practice to name your parts. As I create a product that's got several parts, down the bottom here, I might get a list of, I don't know, maybe 10 parts. So just so that you can quickly identify them, right click and press rename, and then you can rename your part. So down at the bottom, if I click on insert new element, I'm going to create a drawing. And I'm going to select custom template. Custom template then allows me to default to a third angle drawing. So you won't hear us commonly talk about first angle. It tends to be used in the USA. Third angle tends to be the most commonly adopted drawing standard. So if I click on third angle and press OK, or just before I do that, up here I can select the size of the sheet. Now, because I know that I've created an L bracket that is 40 by 40, I know that that's going to easily fit on a page. I could, if I wanted to, change that to A3, or I could even change it to A4 portrait. So I'm going to keep that as A4 for now, and I can see that it's in the landscape orientation. So click on OK. That will now populate or create a view with a template going around the page. And inside that template, I can add necessary detail like surface finishes. I could maybe add detail of where it's going to be manufactured or who created the design. So if I just give that a little while to load up, now this will depend on perhaps how quick your PC or Mac is able to create the drawing. Chugging away. Okay, so there's the view, and I can see the symbol for the third angle. I can add in drawing numbers, I can add in titles. But the first thing that you want to add in is your part. So if I click on the part, it'll now allow me to drop the part in place. Before I do that, what I can do is change the scale of the drawing. So I can change the scale to 1 to 2. So if I just click on that to show you what that does, that reduces it in half. So an easy way of remembering it, 1 divided by 2 will cut the size in half. If I wanted to increase the size of it, if I scroll down in this little dialog box, I can select 2 to 1, and that increases the size by 2, or doubles the size. So I'm going to keep it. I'm quite satisfied with 1 to 1. So I scroll back up to the top, 1 to 1. So I can select somewhere in the page that I'd like to add my first view. I can reposition them afterwards. So if I press click, drag across to the right. So because this is the third angle, the view from the right will be displayed on the right. So press click, I can see that's correct. And let's just try doing this at the same time. So if I just move my mouse button up, give it a little time to populate. Press click there. Okay, the computer's just operating a little bit slow here, so let's just click off it. Click back on it. So I'm going to create a projected view of that, keep it in line, drag up. And I've got a view from above. Now that should show the holes, as you can see. Okay, so that's the basic view of third angle, and as I said, you can reposition these. So if I click off the toolbar there, and I can actually move these, and what I should now do is move everything else in line. So you can see that one moved in line. If it doesn't move in line, you haven't got yourself an accurate orthographic drawing. So I'm just going to bring this one down as well. Now, the thing that I'm missing is the dimension. So I can go ahead and add the appropriate dimensions to the L bracket. So I've got the top dimensions to the bottom. If you remember, I created the L bracket at 40. I've got the base of the L bracket. So if I click on those 2 points, whoops, clicked on that incorrectly. So if I press click, I should be able to delete it. It doesn't work quite the same as the drawings. So good little exercise to show you how to undo your mistake. So I should be able to press Ctrl Z as well. So let's go back and do that again. Be accurate where you're clicking. So that should be 40. And I can go ahead now and dimension the holes. So I've got a little symbol there that shows that that is the diameter. I'm missing a couple of dimensions to show the thickness. The thickness of the bar. And again, I've clicked on it incorrectly, so let's undo. I'll click on it again. Just a little bit of latency on my iMac here. And there you go. Set it to 2. And one other one, which is the width. Okay, there. And there you go. That's some of the basic dimensions. I've got some other ones that I need to add, which would be the center of the circle. So I should be able to select the dimension tool. Should be able to select the center of the circle. So just make sure your dimension tool is selected. Center. And then I can select the top edge. I can drag it out. I'll just leave a little bit of space for the other circle as well. So top edge, center, doesn't matter which order you do it in. And there you go. I've got another dimension. So I could add these dimensions in as well. I'll leave you do that. And you can also add a view to show hidden detail, which I would need to do for these holes. And I'll show you how to do that in the next video.